Okay, so going through your calls yesterday, you had a really good call with Joseph G, but I'm going to go over some of the differences that I'd recommend for you.
Really want to win that guy, but just don't know what I can really sell him on.
So my notes thus far are your intro came off a little choppy. So let's listen to your first three sentences.
Hello?
Hi, is this Joseph?
Yes?
Hi, Joseph. This is Mark. I'm with Farmers Insurance. How are you today?
I'm doing okay.
Great. I was just reaching out to you because I got a notification you were looking for a quote on your insurance. Do you have a quick second to go over it with me? I got it ready for you.
You see how you kind of, hey, something came across that you were looking for insurance. I got it ready. It was like you were asking permission to go over the quote. So what I would recommend saying something like, hey, Joseph, this is Mark with Farmers Insurance. Something came across my desk. You were looking for insurance. I have those quotes prepared if you have a quick minute. Short, sweet, to the point. You can still do the hello, good morning, good afternoon, or whatever you like to say, but it's just, great, good to hear. Hey, the reason I'm calling is, I seen you went online, put together some information where you want to get information on a quote. I have that prepared if you have a quick minute. So don't ask for permission to talk to them. Just kind of jump right into it.
Okay.
Okay, great. Let me just make sure everything I have here is right.
And as you go through this, I like the verification, but he threw you off when you talk about the bodily injury because you were like, do you know what your bodily injury limits are? He says no, but he said, but I got my policy right here. I think it kind of threw you off. You didn't know what to say. Does that ring a bell? Let's see. If you listen
Great
to
Lakes
it.
Drive in St. Peters.
That's correct.
Okay. And it looks like for the vehicle, just one vehicle, it's a 2008 Mazda.
That's correct.
Okay, and are you the only driver on the policy?
I am.
Okay, great. So let me ask you this really quick, Joseph. Are you familiar with your current bodily coverage limits?
I am not, but I have my policy right here.
So in that situation, that is the exact answer you want, okay? But how you want to play that is, okay, great, I'm happy you got your policy there, but I like to make sure that, your agent has went over the coverages with you before in the past and you're familiar with what you currently have. It's one thing to be able to look and find it, but, has anybody went over what your bodily injury limits are? Like, do you know what they are? Talk to them, not as they're incompetent, but they're just ignorant and they don't know. Does that make sense? Because he'll read you the limits. I think by doing it like this, you'll start to build a little bit more need. And I think the reason this deal didn't come through, because you end up saving him money. You know that?
Sure.
Yeah, you end up saving him money.
But it's not enough for him to care. He doesn't
because
care
we didn't build need. We lost our opportunity to build need through the conversation navigation. The way this is built to have success is the conversation navigation reveals, man, I've not been properly taken care of. Man, I've not had anybody explain this to me. Man, this guy knows. And then you have your own recommendation. You didn't make your own recommendation either. So I'm going to go over that too. Now, granted, he only had liability, but still, you could drive home. You compliment him. So I like to review, compliment, and pretty much find something I don't like, and then recommend. And also have your scenario.
Well, I was trying to do that when I was like, so are you aware that, you run to a mailbox or something, are you comfortable with?
You did it for comprehensive and collision, but I don't want you to do it for comprehensive and collision because some people, if they want liability, they can have liability. Focus on property damage.
Yeah, if you want to take a look at it, I'd be happy to go over everything with you.
Good job. You hold them to it. You make them pull out the documents. You review it with them. You want that. That's a good thing.
It's 50 each and 100,000 each occurrence.
Okay.
50 each person. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Right here, this is where you start explaining that. So do you know what that means? Well, 50,000. Yeah, but So what that actually means is you got $50,000 in bodily injury per person. You have $100,000 in bodily injury for the entire accident. And then what's your property damage?
So when was the last time
you skipped over that? Mark, what would we do if he has only $25,000 in property damage?
I could recommend them to increase it.
What if he only has $50,000?
Could still recommend to increase it.
50, 100, 9 times out of 10 is going to have 50, 150, 50 property damage. How easy is it for you to build a scenario to where somebody blew through their $50,000 in property damage coverage? Pretty easy. Now you're an insurance advisor. You go to undercut the agent real quick, and I think it ends up hurting us instead of helping us.
Sat down with your agent to go.
Well, actually, it doesn't hurt us because it's been a while.
It was a while.
Okay.
It's been a while. Well, that could explain why you're probably not familiar with your coverages. You know what I'm saying? Like little jabs, not hurtful ones, just little ones. Something you can just kind of sprinkle in. You know what I mean?
The reason why I'm asking
this isn't a bad pitch. We're just steel sharpens steel. We're perfecting it.
Is just because I actually like your coverages. I think you're very well covered, but I think we might actually be able to get you a little bit better deal for what you got to feel.
Never go pure price. We always present value and price. My job isn't to get you the cheapest insurance on earth. My job is to get you the best coverage at the best price.
We have liability insurance. Is that what
See, this is where, and I mean, your time navigation is fantastic, dude. You're 1 minute and 45 seconds in, and you're already digging in. So that's really good for your speed. Very good tempo. So good job there.
Aware of that?
Yes, that's true. I really only need liability at this time.
Okay, great. So in the event of an accident, if there was like damage to your car, so you hit a mailbox or something like that, you'd be comfortable taking care of all that. You wouldn't want your insurance company to come in that case. Is that right? I
think you chose to go this direction. I think you made a cognizant decision that, all right, I'm going to try to push for full coverage. Was it a newer car? I didn't even look.
It wasn't really a newer car. I mean, but it's a 2008 Mazda. I mean,
so it could have went either way. I was just trying to figure out which direction you were taking because you made a recommendation. It's just it was for full coverage.
I was just thinking, like, man, if something happened to my car, I would want my insurance company to pay for it. This guy seems like a quality customer. Does he not know what he has, or like? Yeah, that was my thought process. That doesn't mean it's right, but it helps me as a teacher to be able to find out, what your thought process was, so I can kind of see your perspective on why you thought that. So I see it. It's a 2008. It's probably in decent condition. Full coverage on it. Probably not going to be that expensive. Maybe. And you know what? I think it is too. The insurance is really cheap because it's only like $300 per 6 months. So you were probably like, man, for $500, you can probably have full coverage, right? Is that kind of what you were thinking? Pretty much.
Okay. So in that case, you can still go that way, but don't force comprehensive and collision. Don't make that be your hard. Your hard is the property damage. Every time, property damage. Unless they got state minimum $2,550. Up in that from $2,550 to $5,100, pennies on the dollar.
Because bodily injury covers stuff that really costs a lot of money, right?
So let's talk about that. So if you had $50,000, $100,000, $50,000, what does that protect you against?
What does that protect me against?
If that's the car insurance you have, and you've got $50,000, $100,000, $50,000, how does that work for you?
Well, it doesn't.
Okay, so what I mean by that is
it protects me in case I'm held liable for an accident.
Correct.
But if somebody hits me, then unless I have underinsured motorist coverage, it doesn't help. Right,
exactly. So $50,000, $100,000. So $50,000 is gonna, that their bodily, that any injuries that you cause.
Per person, $100,000 per accident. Cool. For the bodily injuries when you're held liable. This is for other people.
At fault.
Right.
Yeah, when you're held liable at fault. Yeah. So that's the same as 100,000, 300,000, 250,000, 250,000, 500,000. All right. So you understand that, and then property damage that
when you're held liable for their property.
Correct. So basically, anytime you're at fault, that's why that scenario we illustrated about that person going down 270, 255, 170, vehicle stops in front of them. They didn't have time to react. Bam! They hit them. The vehicle in front of them. that's where the property damage plays in. The reason we take property damage as our opportunity to make an adjustment is because it is such a minimal change to the premium, and it's such a bang for their buck.
Mm-hmm. So what if, or is this basically the way you do it, or like what if you did it this way? What if you were like, okay, I tell you this story, you know, do you know how much you would be held liable for with your current coverage limits in that situation? Well, I guess it would be, you know, this much. And like, exactly, you know, $25,000 could be a life changer. I would hate for that to happen to you, Chris. You know, let's get this coverage put in place for you today. It's only this much. All I need to get that done for you is your auto policy. You know?
Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with trying to take the pitch that I've kind of have built and making changes to it. But we don't need to reinvent the wheel either. So yes, you can say how you just said it. You can make them do the math. I like the idea of them doing the math. There's nothing wrong with that. But you don't want to kind of get into a long conversation on digging into each individual item, because they're going to get bored and want to get off the phone. So your sweet spot is pretty much 30 minutes. You've got 30 minutes by the time you get to the pitch, and they're letting you get through it, to get the auto, to get the home, and to get to the close. Outside of that 30 minutes, you start to run into, they're getting bored, they want to get off the phone, they want to get back to doing whatever they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So yes, you can, and I encourage you to, because there's no, I mean, the pitch that I built and worked with Jeremy on and seen other companies use, I've had a great deal of success with it. Others have too. I want you to follow the outline, but it's fine to make changes to it. So to answer your question, yes.
I mean, I feel like that's pretty similar.
It is, yeah. You're following the outline. That's all I want. I want you to follow the outline. So anywhere within the outline, you can make changes. You can move stuff in and out. But we still want the same things to hit. We want them to tell us about the bodily injury limits. Oh, I have no idea. Okay, well, I gotcha. We want to then go over the last time they had a conversation with the agent. That's doing two things. One, it's revealing that there's a possible need that they don't have. Two, that the loyalty that their agent isn't on their behalf. It's just on a sense of being lazy and not shopping. That way, you're able to eliminate. Well, I've been with State Farm for 15 years. Yeah, but what have they done for you?
So that was his argument. So I've been with the agent for a decade.
Yeah, but what have they done for you? I tell you what they've done is they've allowed you to have very, very, very low coverage of insurance at a good price. But what happens if you have an accident outside of that? Mm-hmm. You think they're going to pay the difference? No, they're not. And every insurance company has the option to pay less to keep you as a customer. But if they did, your rates wouldn't change. Have your rates changed? Yes, they have. See what I'm saying? That's when you can really, every time they come up with a defense, you can shoot that shit down. Every time.
So like, what if you've got a customer and like, oh, I've been with this insurance company for a decade. I've got a low rate. You know, maybe I'd like my car insurance to be a little bit lower, but I'm pretty happy. So like one of the things that I've sort of been theorizing on is I could tell a story like I understand what you're happy with what you got right now. I see you have this insurance policy. Tell a story like how much you would be on the hook for in this particular scenario. And if they give you an objection, you could say something like, okay, so let's say your insurance policy was a brand new Ferrari. So what you've got right now is a Ferrari without an engine. And what I'm trying to do is put an engine in that Ferrari for you, so that when you really need it, it's going to do what you want it to do.
Yes.
Something like that.
That could work, but that's only going to work to like a select demographic. Okay. So what you got to think is when we're talking insurance, first off, you got to be able to wear multiple hats. You got to fill out multiple scenarios, dealing with certain demographics and people. So, in some instances, yeah, that example would work. Keep in mind, we're not in the business of cutting people. Okay. We're in the business of revealing that they've been cut. Our job is to offer the Band-Aid. You follow me? Insurance is the Band-Aid. You as an insurance advisor, people don't realize the vulnerabilities they have with their coverage limits. When you have that conversation and you're able to reveal to them and explain to them the coverage limits, and they're able to actually realize, damn, I didn't know if I ended up just having a fender bender. Because when you tell this scenario, everybody knows somebody that's been in a multi-car accident. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows somebody that has. If that's them, now it's real. Oh my God, this could happen to me. I drive on 270. I drive on 255. That's why I always, when I'm talking to the person, I see where their zip code is. I always position the highway that they're nearest.
Okay. So keep it short and simple, relate, and paint a clear picture with the story.
Yes, but focus on your bodily injury, because nobody, Mark, a very small amount of the population is going to understand their bodily injury coverage. And when you properly explain it to them, like, hey, let me explain to you what this means. Everybody hears 5100 and they know they need it, but they don't know why.
So how do you like?
The way I like to do it is I simply ask them, hey, tell me what your current bodily injury limits are. Oh, I have no idea, 50, 100, 100, 300, okay, well, no worries. I can actually look that up for you. When was the last time you had a conversation about your coverages or any gaps or holes in your coverages? Oh, probably since I bought it. Okay, no worries. You know what? Let me look up and see what you currently have. All right. So right now, my system is showing that you have $50,000 in bodily injury per person. So like if you have a car crash or a fault and somebody's hurt, we're going to cover $50,000 of their injuries. And then we'll cover $100,000 for the entire accident. And that basically means that there's multiple people in the car. The most that we're going to pay out is $100,000, or the most they're going to pay out is $100,000. Now, those two coverages are not bad, but your property damage is concerning. You have $25,000 in property damage. And I'll tell you the reason I don't like that coverage is a few years ago, I had a claim come through my office. They were driving down 255. The person in front of them had to stop abruptly. Our insured didn't have enough time to stop. They hit that customer, the customer in front of them, so on and so forth. The total payout of damages for that car crash was about $44,000. Had they had your coverage limit to $25,000, they would have been on the hook for what, 19 grand? I mean, that's a lot of money. That's life changing. I mean, that's no family vacations for 3 years. That's maybe not being able to buy a house. Maybe not being able to buy a car. That right there can really hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I know what you mean, man. That's rough. Yeah. So with that being said, with the coverages that you currently have, how much are they charging you for those coverages? Man, I'm paying $130 a month. So right now I've painted a picture in their mind. One, they don't have enough coverage, and two, they're paying too much for the coverages that they have. So now I've taken away their integrity, and I've taken away their value. Now I've also broken their loyalty because they haven't talked to their agent in a while. So the next objection I'm going to get from them is pure bullshit, because they already know I'm going to give them a better product. I already know how much they're being charged for the product, and their agent didn't do a good enough job explaining it to them. So now here it is. All right. So what I'm going to recommend is I'm going to go ahead and keep your bodily injury where it's at. That's not bad. $50,000 per person, $100,000 for the entire accident. It's not bad coverage. But I'm going to increase that property damage from $25,000 up to $50,000, or from $50,000 up to $100,000. I'm also, do you want full coverage or comprehensive? Did you want comprehensive and collision, what folks call full coverage? Yeah. Okay, great.
So what if they're just like, what if they just stop you at this point and they're like, Chris, I don't want to increase my coverage?
I've never had it happen. I'm just going to say, I understand, but I can't sleep at night knowing that I've given you $25,000 in coverage. You wreck you have an accident, and that happens. Just put your foot down. No, this is going to happen 1 out of 1,000,000, 1 out of 1,000. I don't want to change my coverage. If they're saying that,
the lady told me that yesterday. She's like, I don't want to change my coverage. As soon as I started telling her a story, that was the first thing she said. And well, ma'am, let me tell you what happened a few weeks ago. I don't want to increase my coverage.
That was a lady from day before yesterday. Yeah. I remember that. That was Billy Insco. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That call went a different way. It's about it's about the conversation navigation. We lost, her defenses were up because she thought you were saying that she had a gap in her coverage, not gaps and holes in her coverage, but that she had a lapse.
So what you're saying is gaps in your coverage. I've heard you say it like multiple times. So mm-hmm. How can I clarify? Because all I did was say gaps in your coverage, and she answered, no, I don't have any gaps in my coverage. No.
I don't think you did anything wrong. I just don't think she understood what you were saying.
Yeah, how can I avoid that?
Well, first off, I don't necessarily know if English was her maiden language. I honestly don't. She sounded like she was Hispanic. Her last name's Insco. So, in situations like that, when you have a language barrier, that could be a part of it. Now, she spoke clear English. She did. But when people understand multiple languages, a gap can mean lapse. It can mean something else. So I don't want you to take that one-off situation and illustrate that changes things forever. It doesn't.
Okay.
I'm telling you, that was a one-off situation. Very rare. So when you end up having that, that's fine. I'm going to have my own recommendations for you. That's fine. We were higher anyway.
Yeah.
We were higher anyway. But nobody's ever going to buy insurance from you if you're more or the same price if you don't bring some value.
Right.
So the value is we have to increase the coverage. Okay. So we always increase the property damage. Always increase the property damage. If we're at or more, that's fine. That's our selling point. Follow me? That's what I would do. So this conversation changes if we end up making some of these things, because right now we have not been able to build any kind of value yet. Now you go on, let's see, on the home, you jump to the loan number really, really quick, as in like immediately. So let's talk about that.
Didn't you tell me that's what I'm supposed to do?
That's what's happening right now.
But
yes, I'm
let me I didn't do a good job properly explaining to you the
great,
phrase.
just making sure that's what you want. Now, with
So
that
that's my
same amount of coverage, we are thinking like brick veneer or anything.
I hate when people have
Home, or
a
do you have
fire
a
alarm
mortgage?
and can't change the fucking battery in it. That beeping you hear in the background, that's a fire alarm going off. Or a smoke detector.
Your home, or do you have a mortgage?
Talk about this transition. Come on, guys.
I'm paying $251 right now.
Okay, awesome. So we're coming in a little lower. You can
Right here. At this point, okay, great. Sounds like we're coming in with a little bit better coverage. So in this scenario, I would have gave better coverage. Your price would have been $1 more than what you quoted. It still would have been less. So I was able to double your property damage, and we're going to be able to save you some money. So that's awesome. Now, do you bundle? This is what I literally say word for word. Now, do you bundle your like home and auto all under one roof? Yeah. Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up some information about your house. When was the last time you had a roof replaced? Okay, gotcha. And then is your basement finished? That gives me enough time to pull up pictures of the house so I can have the house in front of me. Okay, great. So looking at the outside of the house, I end up having that you've got a little bit of brick veneer, or am I mistaken? Is it brick veneer all the way around? No, it's just in the front. Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, the roof looks newer. When was the last time that was? Oh, okay, yeah, great. And you just got to ask any kind of questions to where you can get through the replacement cost calculator. And then I literally explain, okay, so all the information I'm gathering right now is because I'm putting together what's called a replacement cost calculator. And what this does is it gives us an idea of what it's going to take to rebuild your house, but with brand new material and current labor costs. So right now, well, do you have any idea what your current coverages are in your home? No, I don't. Okay, all right. So right now, my replacement cost, my rebuild cost in your house is coming in at X amount of dollars. Okay. Oh, okay. So with you not having any idea what your coverages are, I can actually find that. Do you? Is your house paid for, or do you have a loan against it?
So you tell them
I give them
how
a
much
little
is covered for.
I give them a little bit, and then I ask them how much.
Any idea what yours is?
And they're not going to know.
Cover that.
Yeah, no worries. You know. So is your house paid for? Or is there a mortgage on it? Oh, I got a mortgage on it. I got you. So what I can actually do, that way we can make sure we're fully informed. The mortgage company is required to keep all of that information on file. It's not private info. All I got to do is just give them a call. I can give them your loan number. They can tell me exactly how much your coverage is, how much your home is insured for, and then how much they're charging you. Are you at home? Yeah. Okay. Do you got a mortgage statement handy? Yeah. Great. Can you grab that? I can go ahead and call the mortgage company, get that information, call you back, go over all of your coverages, the coverages that I recommend and suggest for you, and see if what you're looking for lines up with what I have to offer. Okay. They're going to give you the loan number every single time. They're going to try to help you get this information because they're curious. They don't know. So once you build just a little bit of need, you just didn't have any need, and that's my fault. I didn't maybe I missed that in our first couple pitches together. But we gotta build a little need on it. Hey, do you know what your coverage limits are in your current house? On your home? Do you know what your coverage limits are in your home? No, I have no idea. Okay, I got you. So I'm gonna do what's called a replacement cost calculator. This is what we think. Okay, and then with you not having any idea of your coverages, I can probably find that information out. Is your home paid for, or is there a loan against it? No, I got a mortgage. Oh, okay. So that's when I explain. Mortgage companies are required to have that information to make sure you're properly insured. They have your coverages and how much you're being charged. So if you're home, I can actually get the information, call your mortgage company, find out, and give you a call back. So are you at home right now? Yeah. Or do you have a mortgage statement handy? Great. Just need either the account number, loan number, whatever they have to identify your mortgage. Okay, cool. Great. I'll give you a call back. Let me figure this out, and then I'll go over everything with you. And dude, every time I call back, they've answered. Every single time. So if you want, I can actually play one of my latest pitches.
Sure.
Would that help you?
Sure. So do you get the auto policy number before you transition to home?
Sometimes. I kind of a general progression that I go to. I follow it pretty tight. I move stuff sometimes, depending on like how the conversation changes. So.
Okay.
Afternoon, this is Rick.
Hi, this is Jenny from EverQuote on a recorded line. I have Tony Murray with us on the line, ready to receive their insurance quote. That last name spells Meurer. Tony, are you still there?
Yes.
Great. I'm going to drop my line right now to let you talk. You both have a great day and please be safe always. Thank you.
Hey, Tony, how you doing? My name is Chris Ellis. I'm a farmer here in St. Louis. Let me pull up the information you provided, and I can get that quote going for you.
Chris from Farmers.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. And Tony, are you wanting to get a quote on your auto insurance, your homeowners, or both? So I've also learned over my years when I got somebody that wants to do just auto or just home, they always will, not always, they majority of the time will say whatever I end with. So if I say, are you looking for an auto quote? Yeah. Are you looking for a home quote? Yeah. Are you looking for auto insurance quote, homeowners quote, or both? Both. He doesn't say both.
Just a homeowner's insurance.
Okay. All right.
Really cool. Sorry about that, Deacon.
No, you're good. No worries. All right, so it's saying I have an incomplete address. All right, let's see what you ended up putting in. All right, yeah, so it's just 1726. What's your home address?
It's 1726 Winding Glen.
Winding Glen.
2 words. Yeah.
Do you know if that's like a drive, court?
You know what it is, Brianna? Winding Glen Drive.
Drive. All right. And that's 6301 St. Charles.
63303.
Oh, okay.
Not 01.
I actually live right off Junk Station. Long pause.
Oh, you're pretty close.
Yeah. Got the same zip code.
Yeah, we're off Yuki.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That local horse.
Yep. My kids go to that pool regularly.
Yeah. Probably seen you there before.
You probably have. All right, so let's see. Got that. See how I'm just talking? Nothing. See, I got that. I'm just making noise, trying to fill that void. I still have awkward pauses too. I try to prevent them as well.
This house is actually in my wife's name.
Okay.
They always told me just get comfortable with silence.
All right.
It's been happening.
Let's see what the numbers are looking like. So what's going to get you shopping for insurance? Is a mortgage went up because insurance? Have you had like a bad claims experience? What's got you shopping?
We don't have a mortgage. We have this house paid for.
Gotcha.
And we just haven't had insurance on it for a while. It got too high and we couldn't afford it for a while. And then now we're back in business with money, so maybe we can afford it now. we can get it at a decent
back in business with money.
Minimum.
Totally. No, I get it, man. I get it.
If we don't have a mortgage, then it should be, we don't have.
Here at Farmers, we offer a lot of discounts for like certain occupations.
So this is my initial intro with this guy. I'm trying to figure out occupation, figure everything out before I kind of dig in. But I don't always do it that way. Sometimes I'll flip flop them. I know what I'm trying to gather as
we do things for folks that are that worked or retired from a certain field. For example, we do things for first responders, educators, teachers, veterans, nurses, a lot of different fields. What are you and your wife still working?
My wife is a teacher.
I couldn't tell how old they were. This guy sounds like he might be older, might be younger. I couldn't fucking tell. So I thought he was retired.
I tell you what, man, she's got the hard job, man. Man, them kids, I bet they're fun to deal with.
Yeah, she's off in the summer, so she gets her a little break.
Probably needs it just to go back to school the next year, right?
Yeah, I think they'll need a break after that.
No kidding.
They give her a headache a lot, I know that.
I bet. All right, so let's see what we can do here for you, buddy. All right, let's take a look.
At this point,
so what I'm doing right now,
you'll notice, depending on who I'm talking to, I can fill out their demographic pretty quick. I was able to put together this guy's kind of a blue collar guy. Blue collar guys like to be called pal, buddy, sir, things like that. Very, very laid back, blue collar-esque. So you'll learn to kind of talk with blue collar people, white collar people, certain demographics, anything from the minority community, Asian community, you name it. Everybody, you got to be a chameleon. You got to learn to talk to all of them.
As I'm pulling up a picture of the house, that way I can kind of familiarize myself with what you guys have and that kind of thing.
3-bedroom range.
Okay. All right, so let's take a look.
And see, I start with the home too because he wanted to start with the home.
All right, you got a beautiful home. So you got the brick veneer in the front. You got the vinyl siding. Looks like
now I'm not going to try to call the mortgage company because the house is paid for. I'm not going to ask him what his coverages are because he has no coverage, right?
So you got a new roof.
So it completely throws you fucking off when you have that. So you got to kind of fly off the cuff.
That looks like a new roof. When was the last time a roof was put on the house?
I think it was put on in 2009, actually. It's
okay.
Good stuff.
Hey, you know what? That's a good quality roof then.
Yeah.
That's a nice roof.
And then let me ask you this. Is your basement finished?
It is finished.
All right. And what do you guys utilize in the basement? Like, is it just for like generalized storage, or is there like an entertaining space down there, bedroom?
There's no bedroom, but there is a pool table.
Do you know why I'm asking that?
About the storage?
About the basement.
For sewer and drain backup?
Yep. I'm going sewer and drain, but if it's like pure storage, I might just offer 5, 10, 15, depending on what's down there.
Entertaining.
Okay.
Space down there, bathroom, half bath.
All right. And I know that like there's some spots in our zip code that, very, very rarely have any kind of issues where they get water in the basement. Have you had any issues? Is that something that you're concerned about? Do you have a sub pump?
I am a boss at a waterproofing company.
Oh, no kidding. What company?
Daniger Brothers.
I actually know Daniger Brothers really well.
Yeah. You know what? It's funny you bring that up. I got a buddy of mine. He used to work there years ago. And do you know Anthony Filer?
I think I remember a guy named Anthony that was there. Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony, Johnny.
Yeah. That's a long time ago, though.
It was a long time ago. I think I knew a Daniger, Steve Daniger, I think. What's it?
Yeah, there's a couple Steve. The son and the owner was Steve, but the old guy's dead, Steve.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But there's a young Steve Jr. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see what I can do for you. Well, we got to treat you good now that I know you, right?
Yeah, I'm a high school teacher, man. We're doing it.
That's right. All right. Let's see what I can do here. All right, so I ran what's called a replacement cost calculator.
Yeah, it's super laid back.
Yeah, it's not a good one for you.
You built a lot of good rapport with them. That's what got you that sale, I would say.
I would say that too. That's good.
Good afternoon. This is Chris.
Hi, this is April from EverQuote on a recorded line. I have Miss Gayville Hayes with us on the line, ready to receive the insurance quote. The last name spelled Hayes. Gayville, are you still on the line with us?
Yes, I am.
Wonderful. I'm dropping off the line to let you talk. You both have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hi, Gable. My name is Chris Ellis. I'm with Farmers Insurance here in St. Louis. How are you?
I'm fine with yourself.
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Give me just a moment here, and I'll pull up the information you've already provided. And are you want me to get your quote on your auto insurance, your homeowners, or both?
Auto.
Auto? Okay, let me jump on in. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I'm having the system run what's called a general insurance inquiry, and that's going to pull
I say that
all
too.
of your
that buys me time for the auto
information, like the vet.
So when you get some of these, there'll be times to where I'm on the phone, Jeremy's on the phone, and usually it's Shayla next, and then it'd be you. But just so you know, if you need to buy time, that's a nice little phrase I like to throw in there.
Your vehicles,
I'm the only
things
one
like that. So that way I don't have to ask you to provide me with that. So give me just a quick second here. Good. And then while I get that pulled up here, do you know what your current bodily injury limits are? The things that protect you in the event of a car crash?
Oh, no, I don't know if I heard. I have to look on paperwork. I don't have it with me.
Oh, it's okay. No worries. When was the last time you had a conversation with your current insurance agent about like savings, your coverages, or gaps or holes in your coverage?
I forgot to say it. I say that. I say savings, coverages, anything like that, because a lot of the time if they're shopping, it's going to be price driven, right? So it's like, hey, there might be an opportunity for savings, coverages, or gaps or holes. So that's where I try to build that to where they lose any of their integrity.
When I first got it, I get those stuff in January.
Okay, so it's been a little while. Okay, well don't worry. We'll be able to take a peek and see what we can do here for you. Load. And do you rent or own your home?
Like, okay, so it's been a while. I completely understand. That's exactly why I'm here. I'm going to make sure you're well taken care of today and get your insurance policy up to date.
Perfect. You can do that. You can do that. That's the beauty of this, man. It doesn't have to be identical to mine. But what I want you to do is I want you to follow an outline as close as possible. Make your own changes and make it yours. Because, dude, your final pitch might be fucking 10 times better than mine. You know what I'm saying? This is just the one I use that
it is. I'm going to be making a lot of money.
That's the plan.
I can only hope.
Good. And are there any other operators in the household?
I'll be happy.
You?
It's just me.
Okay. All right. I think I might have found all your vehicles. I got two vehicles, a 2011 Chevy Malibu and a 2013 GMC Terrain.
Right. I just drive a Terrain.
Okay. Do you still own the Malibu, or do I not even need to insure it?
I don't own it.
Okay. All right. Very good. And I see that you're currently with Permanent General. And you've been with them since about January, right?
Right.
Okay. So let me see what your current coverages are.
I already knew she didn't know her limits.
So, okay. So right now I see that you have $25,000 in bodily injury per person. You have $50,000 in bodily injury for the entire car crash. And then you have $25,000 in property damage. So, that right there is state minimum coverages. I'm going to recommend making just one change. My goal, of course, is to get you the best insurance price possible. But I also want to get you the best price and then make sure that you're properly insured. So the reason I don't like that $25,000 in the property damage is a couple of years ago, I had a customer. They were going down 270. Vehicles in front of them stopped abruptly. They didn't have enough time to react. They hit the car in front of them caused, I want to say it was like $42,000 in damage. Because had they had $25,000 in coverage like you had, they would have been on the hook for that other $12,000. And I mean, that's $12,000. That's life changing. You know, that ruins family vacations and things like that. So, I'm gonna increase that property damage to $50,000 for you. and then see if we can still save you some money as well. Okay. Let's see.
Craig Wiggins is like brutal on that part, dude. He'll be like, so do you have any savings? Not anymore. Do you have any investments? Not anymore.
Yeah, I know he is.
They can garnish your wages of 40%.
What would you like your deductibles
at? That's brutal, dude. That's like.
Yeah,
I encourage you.
That's pretty hard nose, dude.
I encourage you to take some. You know, I do, because I mean, you can be as passive or as aggressive as you want. The beauty about this is it's yours. You're building your pitch. Right now I'm your batting coach and teaching you how to hit the ball. Once you get a handle on the ball, you can do whatever you want. You can tinker with it. You can play with it. I just got to get you fired. Once I get you fired, you can rock and roll. And I think you can. Man, I've seen people that turn this into, top producers. One of the guys I trained, he blows me out of the water. He's more aggressive than I am. And I'm just like, tip my hat off to you. Hey, do you, bro?
Like this one, I'm with $9,000.
Yeah, that's hard to fight, man. I like 500.
Me too.
Now, what about like roadside assistance and towing?
You see how we haven't talked price yet? I'm coming back to coverage.
So the roadside assistance came with the vehicle, but I think I had that in there as well. You say what else? Roadside?
Yeah, so like for example, if the vehicle stalls or, you know, for whatever reason it breaks down the side of the road, they come out, or you get a flat tire, they come out, tow you, that kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll have it included in my quote. Okay.
Okay.
And then, have you had any violations or tickets or speeding tickets, anything like that?
No, not in a long time.
Okay.
I'm talking about in the 90s, maybe.
Fuck, that's a long pause. Oh my gosh, I'm at like almost 20 seconds.
So, man, do you have any children? Do you have any grandchildren?
No. Talking. I come to find out she's a lunch lady for a school.
Okay.
She got this.
All right. So with the coverages that you currently have with your current carrier, the $25,000 per person, $50,000 for the accident, $25,000 in property damage, with $1,000 deductibles. How much are they charging you for those coverages?
A month? What I'm paying? $294 a month.
Ooh,
too much.
That's a bit of a bitch. All right, so let me ask you this. I don't know who you have your homeowners with, if you have it bundled or not, but if you end up bundling the home and auto together, it gets you a huge discount, like a really good one. So I can look at it both ways for you. With the auto home discount, with $500 deductibles that we discussed, the roadside assistance and towing, and I have you with I doubled your property damage. I can write your insurance for $170 a month.
But I want to keep my homeowner insurance under State Farm. I've been having it under there for a while. I want to leave it there.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and make sure I quote this correctly then. So let me take off the auto.
I always like to confirm the auto home. Sometimes, dude, you get people that just don't want to do it, and that's fine. You can push back. You can, when the cards are yours, you can play them however you want. But I always like to do that to make sure there's no bait and switch, because the last thing you want to do is you think you're going to be able to get the home, you don't get the home, now you lose the auto, and you wasted an hour of your day.
Multi-policy discount. See what that does.
And she's cool with it, man.
And while I'm also thinking about it too, we offer a lot of discounts based upon like certain occupations. So like, what do you do for a living?
I retired.
Retired, okay. What industry did you used to work in?
I used to work on the mental department in the state of Missouri.
No, actually, she don't do nothing. Nope.
So, do you not like try to
And you said right now with the general, you're at 2.
I don't remember. To be honest, this is over a week ago.
All right, so by taking off that,
this is just luck of the draw.
Discount, it does increase the premium, but we're still in really good shape. I can do full coverage with all the coverages that you and I discussed, and we're coming in at $218.40 a month.
$218 a month.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's with $500 deductibles.
Oh, really?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Say your closing statement. Say your closing statement.
Now, Mark, when do I have to change that premium because I just paid them?
Well, you know what I like to try to do, Ms. Hayes, is I like to try to set everything 20 days out. That way you and I don't have to take any payments today. We can get the ball rolling, make sure I get the cancellation sent over, get you any kind of due refund. I like to go nice, smooth, and easy. So we're a full service agency. So we'll take care of the cancellation of your current carrier. I got to get some information from you, policy number, things like that. So if you do want to go ahead and get the policy started, I just need to know your current policy number. Do you want me to go ahead and do that for you?
You gotta get it in. Now, do I have to pay something today or?
No, ma'am. Nope. I just take down the billing information, your policy number, get you all your documents and all that sent to you. And then when your policy starts, we'll take payment then.
Okay. So what was that policy started like? Oh, you say with Farmers Insurance?
Yes, ma'am. Farmers Insurance.
And that's the pitch. So I follow my rubric. Well, I said rubric. I follow my outline pretty tight, and that's what I try to do. And I feel like I have had a good amount of success with it. Your other two, they're much smaller. They're shorter calls. So I'll pull those real quick, and you'll be good to go.
So how many presentations did I get?
Yesterday, 3.
3. Okay, I need at least
5 to 7. 5 to 7. So if you get to 5 and there's still more time, keep going.
Hello?
Hi, is this Sami?
Yes.
Hey, Sami, this is Mark. I'm with Farmers Insurance. How are you doing today, sir?
Try to shave that out if you can.
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good. Sami, I was really just reaching out to you because I think we gave you a quote in the past, but we recently took a big rate decrease.
Was this one of those?
This is the first time I've ever done this pitch.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. You did good. You did for your first pitch, bro. You did good.
Area, and I had a quote ready for you. Do you have a quick minute to go over with me?
Not right now. I'm actually in a meeting right now. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry to bother you. Is there a better time for me to call back?
Actually, you can, but I don't think I'm going to be changing. I'm happy with my insurance, so.
So in that case, you battle a little more at that price. All right, we're only coming in at blah. You keep battling. I like the battle. You end up getting out the price, but at that point, I think you kind of made the guy a little annoyed. But that's fine. Neither here nor there. That was your first one. Just bring out the pitch. Bring out the price just a hair sooner. And then this one, Marvin Shelton. I thought you did.
I talked to him again today.
I thought you did perfect.
I talked to him again today, and I sent him an email. He wants to talk about his wife because she's the decision maker.
And this is, believe it, this is one of those MVP leads, right? Old leads. I can be fantastic with it.
Hello?
Hi, is this Marvin?
Yes.
Hey, Marvin. My name is Mark. I'm with Farmers Insurance. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm fine. You kind of caught me at a bad time.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Marvin, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but while I got you on the phone, let me just shoot out this rate to you. I saw you were looking for an insurance quote. We've got you quoted at $192.99 a month for 3 vehicles right now. That's a great rate, sir. With that.
Love that. That's a great rate. Yeah, I love it.
Help you out at all?
Does that help you out at all? I don't know where the fuck you learned that, but that is a nice phrase. I like it.
Yeah, from Shayla. He's thinking about it.
Coming in at
Well,
192.
And I love it. You let the wheels turn, then you grease them up a little bit.
$99 a month for you, Alicia, and Brandon on the policy. The vehicles we have are a 2020 Honda, a 2016 Toyota, and a 1999 Mazda. The Honda and the Toyota, both with full coverage, and the Mazda with liability. Does this all sound correct to you, sir?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So would that be a competitive rate for you? I mean, would that offer you the type of savings you might be looking for?
It might.
You're a minute and 20 seconds in, and you've already given your closing statement. That's fucking impressive, man. That's impressive.
But like I said, it's not a good time. I don't know if you could just send us a quote so we can look it over.
Yeah, absolutely.
And get back with you or something.
Right.
Yeah,
30 seconds ago.
Why don't I go ahead and send you over an email, and I will give you a call back. Getting towards the end of the day for me too. Why don't I give you a call back tomorrow morning? Is that okay, sir?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay, absolutely. I'll talk to you tomorrow. You have a good evening. Enjoy your dinner.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep. Bye-bye.
So, second day of calling. I think you're getting on the board this week.
Oh, sure.
I think you get on the board. All right, buddy. That's all I got for you. Any suggestions, recipes, or concerns?
Recipes? No, I don't have any recipes.
All right, buddy.
Although I did look up a good recipe for chicken Alfredo that I learned that I made like a couple weeks ago. It's pretty good.
Nice. Nice. All right. I really like your progression. You're headed the right way. You're doing things right. You take my direction.